In quantum physics, there is an experiment called the double slit experiment, where it was discovered that observation led to different resulting particle expressions. The very act of observation collapsed the wave function of where the particle landed, making physicists conclude that infinite particle wave function collapses existed, but the one we witness is the one we see. So, in an era where now philosophy and science sadly no longer mix with the same open-mindedness as once before, I enjoy going back to various philosophical interpretations of quantum science back in the day. One of my favorite ideas was inspired from someone named Wagner, is that because observations lead to change in particle expression, that our existence itself depended on a series of awareness points that connected to an ultimate infinite awareness. I theorize that the very act of observing is what causes existence to essentially place itself in motion. So, by observing reality, we cause the particle to collapse. Thus, the particle remains in infinite states unless we observe it. And so I wonder that if the only reason of material existing is because it is dependent on awareness. My existence is dependent on your awareness of my existence. Your existence is depending on another person's awareness. Essentially, our observation makes this loop with all its people from a state of being an observer, and that makes reality a physical and tangible place to exist in. Each awareness point stitches itself together to form the concrete reality because our observation essentially creates it. We do not exist without the core awareness then. If there's always awareness points, there has to be an observer of the observer. The core awareness of I am, which now ties into Neville. This baseline foundational awareness points stitches material existence together and forms it into a concrete expression. That's when we tap into this source, the observer of all observers, the foundation point of awarenesses. We find the access points in hacking the baseline of reality. Neville always stressed about I am. I am is the only measure of any kind of existence and is not dependent on material identity. When you uncover the observer of observers from realizing that by observing, you discover this observer, you become more detached to the material world and are consciously more in tune with hacking the simulation. And so this is like when we go into meditation, we drop what we think we are. We go into the state of emptiness and we're just observing the blackness. And even in daily life, when we're just being mindful, emptying our thoughts, there comes the I amness that is the foundation to which creation can be formed. In many ways, you can't create unless you're empty. Unless that canvas is ready for you to create, sometimes you can't create it. So empty that canvas. Empty your mind of what you thought you once were. It makes it so much easier to just see these as fun little states that you're entering and leaving, and that your observation gives life to it. So give life to what you desire.